The Gulf Tower, an iconic part of the Pittsburgh skyline, and one of its best-known features is about to make a pretty spectacular comeback. You know, for so many years, people knew they could look up at the lights on the top of the Gulf Tower, see what the weather is. That is until the mid-'70s, when the weather beacon up there was turned off.
But starting this Wednesday, July 4th, an impressive new version of the beacon returns, and we're proud to say that it will be called, I need a drum roll or something. I know. Thank you. The KDKA TV weather beacon atop the Gulf Tower. David Highfield is now live atop the Gulf Tower. Are you all right, first of all?
Yeah, Jen and Ken, this is not a place to be if you at all have a problem with heights, because let me tell you, it is a long way down there. We are on the 40th floor. The view from up here is absolutely spectacular. And if you're like me, you've only ever seen the very tippy top of this building lit up red or blue to indicate the weather. But back in the day, the whole top 6 floors lit up. And now, using these little lights, that weather beacon is coming back in a high-tech way. For decades, it was Pittsburgh's tallest skyscraper, the Gulf Tower, but it was its flashing weather beacon that Pittsburghers loved.
They remember it. Maybe they still have an old postcard.
Postcards were printed so people knew how to read the solid or flashing red or blue neon light. The building's electrician remembers it all.
If it was blinking blue, it was precipitation and dropping temperatures.
Apparently, that was the forecast when part of a movie about Led Zeppelin was filmed here in the 70s. Because for a split second, as they come out of the Liberty tubes, you can see the flashing blue of the weather beacon. In the building's lobby, the controls for the old system are still in place.
So this was a pretty basic box that had 4 settings.
The rotary phone might make you think they had a special line devoted to getting the latest weather information, but the truth is less impressive.
The security guard twice a day would check the newspaper and determine what the weather was going to be for the next 12 hours.
Lights in the lobby still exist that showed the guard which setting he had selected for the beacon. The beacon, however, used as much electricity as powering 24 households. So during the energy crisis in the 70s,
Gulf Oil thought that that was bad publicity.
And the lights in the pyramid were turned off. By the time the crisis was over, the neon lights no longer worked. The building's current owners, who are based in New York, admired the LED lights used on the Empire State Building and decided it was time to bring back the weather beacon. They turned to the award-winning Pittsburgh lighting design team of Chris Popowich and Cindy Lamaro.
Oh my God, this is just like a dream come true.
They were part of a group that lit this building in Belgium. And one of their coolest projects is right here in Pittsburgh. This bridge on the Carnegie Mellon University campus. And it's hard to convey on TV just how impressive this is in person. It's called the Randy Pausch Memorial Bridge and honors the professor famous for his last lecture. They also lit the Hunt Library at CMU and did the lighting at the old Hall of Dinosaurs at the Carnegie Museum. The husband and wife team own CNC Lighting, and Lamaro also runs the lighting program at CMU's School of Drama. But lighting the top 6 stories of an iconic Pittsburgh landmark was a challenge even for them.
This was the toughest floor to light because of all the obstructions.
730 one-foot sections of LED lights were put into place. They painstakingly mapped out what each light will do, and then they worked to program them.
So they either turn on, they can flicker, they can flash. Any effect our little heart desires, that is a possibility.
They have a display for the 4th of July that simulates fireworks, as well as designs for other holidays and events, including Christmas, Halloween, Thanksgiving, St. Patrick's Day, even pink for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. They also have black and gold displays for Steelers, Pirates, and Penguins celebrations. But most of the time, the beacon is about weather.
It's a real-time weather sensor, so it will be changing color based on what the current weather conditions are.
Rather than predicting the weather, this monitor on top of the building will allow the beacon to display the current conditions. Here's how it's going to work. The top 3 floors show temperature. Blue is cooler, red is hotter. The next level down is precipitation. Bluish purple means less rain and snow is falling. Reddish purple means more. Next is humidity. Dark green is more humid, light green is more dry. Finally, the lowest level is wind speed. Magenta is windy, pink is less so. And even if you don't remember what all that means, the lights are designed to be a moving work of art, and they take a lot less power than the old ones.
It's completely green, totally energy conscious.
And for the designers, bringing back a piece of Pittsburgh history with a modern twist is a real honor.
To actually be part of the design team that's bringing it into the 21st century, it's just amazing.
All right, we're back live here on the 40th floor of the Gulf Tower, and if that guide to the weather beacon went way too fast for you, have no fear. Jeff Frizella has put together a video that you can watch explaining it all, and you can see that on KDKA.com, our website. The temperature, it actually has a whole spectrum of colors between the red and the blue, so you want to check that out. And one more thing I want to show you while we're up here. Take a look down there. See that silver building down there? Well, that's One Gateway Center. That's where KDKA is. And on the roof of that building, we have a camera mounted. In fact, let's take that camera now, and you're looking back at the Gulf Tower here so that we can show you the weather beacon anytime we want to during any of the forecasts. Now, they're not going to actually run this during the day. They're not going to try to do that, but the weather beacon will be on from sundown to sunrise, and it should be pretty spectacular. Back to you guys in the studio.
Wow. It's awesome. And are the Falcons cool with it?
As far as I haven't had a chance to actually ask them. When we see them, we'll get their opinion.
All right.
Stay close to the inside of the building and make your way around to ask them. When does all of this start then?
Well, it does start. It starts July 4th, this Wednesday, and it's going to be at 9:20. They'll turn it on right before the fireworks display. They're going to have a holiday display here on the Gulf Tower, so you'll see that this Wednesday night.
All right, awesome. David, thanks so much. Very cool.
It is very cool. Now that we have the weather beacon, we'd like to thank Jeff Frizella for his years of service and wish him all the best.
He feels threatened. That's why he came up with this elaborate video that you can watch right now.
Jeff?
Make peace with the weather beacon.
I'm going to start lighting up portions of my body to correspond.
You're going to have to compete.
Red will be temperature up here, wind speed down around the knees.
Propeller hat.
Yes, that'll be good wind speed. Nice anemometer now. It all gets underway later in the week, as David said, and we're happy to bring those live pictures to you each and every night, hopefully for the rest of the summer, because as he said, it doesn't really become visible until after the sun goes down, obviously. Right now it is 91 degrees. The sky